today has been fronting coverage of the Ayodhya Ram Mandir rise for many days now, making us the most watched channel, and that's why it's a great honor for India today to be the first to bring you this hugely momentous image of the Ram Lalla idol installed inside the griha. Samarth Srivastava, our reporter on the ground in Ayodhya, is with me live. Samarth, we were live till late last night as well, as you broke the story of the Ram Lalla idol being taken, from the outside into the Ram Mandir complex and then into the Mandir. And here, once again, we've got these first images, Samarth, of the Ram Lalla idol inside the griha. It's sitting on the, on the asana itself. The actual ritual will take place on January the 22nd, but huge milestone, very significant image, Samarth.
Well, obviously, Shiv, that's a significant image and it looks magnificent. The idol, which is made of Krishna Shila, it's something around 51 feet tall murti of Ram Lalla, which is obviously covered with the white cloth, and if you see the upper portion, the eyes of Ram Lalla are covered with a yellow cloth. And it was said on the day one of rituals, when it all started, the pran pratishtha events, then the eyes of Ram Lalla idol will be covered till the time Prime Minister Modi, Mohan Bhagwat and other trust members, including various saints, will be there on the day when that consecration ceremony will happen on January 22, and only then that particular cloth that is being covered on that with which the eyes were covered will be removed. So that's why we are seeing the yellow cloth over the eyes of Ram Lalla idol, and below that it's a white cloth which has covered the entire idol, which was made by Yogi Raj. So that's a big thing. Second significant thing, earlier yesterday we saw how a crane was used in a way, firstly to load that particular murti, that idol, inside the truck, and later on it went to the city of Ayodhya towards Lata Chowk from Hanumangadi and later on around 8 p.m. it entered inside the Ram Janmabhoomi area, and later on we saw the visuals of how crane took that particular murti, that particular idol out from the truck and later loaded it inside the premises of temple. And if you talk about today, many other rituals were performed, including the Tirth Pujan and Jal Pujan and various other rituals performed, and it took around 4 hours for that particular idol to be placed at the garbha place, the location where Ram Lalla idol deserved. So that's what the dream of all the saints of Ayodhya, not just Ayodhya, but a lot of people all over the world, all over India, they dreamt of this day. That slogan, Ram Aayenge, if it could have been justified, then today could be the day, because though it's the final day will be the January 22, but today officially that proper idol has been placed at the garbha, and the picture clearly depicting the entire story. How you can clearly see if you see the picture, you can clearly see the workers who have worked so hard for the construction of Ram Temple are also standing right there, and with their heads down, in a way they are seeking blessings from Lord Ram, as it's very fortunate of them that they were present during that particular time. Of that time the picture is, if they can clearly take darshan of Lord Ram present in front of them, that particular idol which took around 6 months to get completed by Arun Raj Yogi throughout that time.
I'm guessing now.
Yes,
guessing now the security must have increased quite elaborately, inside the complex of the Ram Mandir, because now the Ram Lalla idol is inside the garbha, and yesterday you had described the extensive security arrangements around the complex. But I'm guessing that now with the idol inside, there must be even more additional security deployed.
Well, exactly, Shiv. The security has been beefed up in the entire city, as we saw the movement of the UP ATS Jawans all around Ayodhya. And also, if you talk about the temple town, if you talk about the temple premises, then obviously we saw earlier that the Jawans of UP police were stationed there, the CRPF Jawans were stationed there. But as Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi will be coming on January 21 or 22, so that will be all the areas where Prime Minister will be visiting, that will be under the SPG. So you can clearly see 3 to 4 layers security will be there. Obviously, it's currently also around 3 layers security security is all out there, be it the Jal Police, be it the NDRF, be it the SDRF, UP ATS, UP Police, and LIU, and another force of UP Police who are there for the devotees in a way to welcome them, to get to listen to their problems. And we also showed that particular setup of UP 112 with 2 to 3 help desks around near the Lata Chowk. So all these things, if you talk about security, then Ayodhya is on top notch. So that's one thing what UP government has been doing for long. And if you talk about the premises, that Ram temple premises, then obviously it also, the center is also looking towards the premises area, and that's why you are seeing much security. Also, when we were visiting to some places for coverage today, even our vehicles, despite knowing that we had the passes, media passes, so our vehicles were also being checked. So that's the security cover for Ayodhya.
Okay. Someone stay with me. Gaurav Sawant is live with us. He's just back in Ayodhya now to take forward our big coverage. And Gaurav, you arrive on a very momentous day and a momentous hour when the Ram Lalla idol, the first image of which has been beamed out to the world. Gaurav's going to take you through the rest, bring you to significance with all of our reporters on the ground in Ayodhya.
Shiv, it indeed is a very momentous day when we see for the first time Lord Ram's idol in the garbha. And this, Shiv, truly is a great moment for our country. It's a great moment for the believers of the civilizational, of the Sanatan Dharma. Truly a civilizational moment when Lord Ram's idol is seen in the garbha. It had been described to us for a very long time. We knew the background. We'd seen this temple under construction. We've seen this temple come up right from scratch, right from the ground. We've seen this come up in such a grand way. And the fact that Lord Ram's idol is finally in the garbha. Of course, the pran pratishtha will take place on the 22nd. But before the pran pratishtha takes place, I want our viewers to look at this image of Lord Ram in the garbha. He's 5 years old. This idol is of a 5-year-old child, and this 5-year-old child, actually, you can see the eyes are covered, the face is covered, and this is all the avatars of Lord Vishnu will also be in this temple. Now, when finally the temple is ready for darshan for all the devotees, Ram Lalla, his big idol, then the earlier idol of Ram Lalla, and of course his brothers. So Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrughna, all the brothers will also be here when this temple is opened for darshan. That's the way it's been envisaged, and it looks so grand the way it was envisaged. So black granite idol of Lord Ram, and the entire background is absolutely white. So Makrana marble, white marble in the backdrop, white marble base, and a black granite idol of Lord Ram that will stand out, because the Shraddhalus, the devotees, will be looking at this temple, at this idol from a distance of about 25 to 30 feet. So when it was planned that this 51-inch tall idol, as you can see from this image, you can see Lord Ram's toes, and when that yellow cloth is removed, you'll be able to see Lord Ram's forehead or lalat. So from the toes to the lalat, it's 51 inches. He's got beautiful eyes, is what I have been told by those who've seen this. This idol, when we see the face finally, reflects the balatva or the childlike features of Lord Ram. You also see the devatra or devatva, which is the divinity of Lord Ram, and you also see the kaumarya of a Rajkumar, the royalty of a royal prince. All of that reflects in this idol. That's the way it was envisaged, and that's the way the sculptor Arun Yogiraj has been able to put this together. And it's perhaps, according to the committee that selected this idol, they saw all the three. They loved all the three, but this is one that actually stood out. All three idols have been accepted. The other two will also be a part of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra property, but this one will be on display for all times to come. Now this idol, it's made of black granite, so nothing will damage this idol. No forces of nature can damage this idol. So that's the way it's been made. No chemical reaction of anything. Initially the plan was use an ashtadhatu idol, which is made of multiple elements, but they didn't use an ashtadhatu idol. They used a black granite idol. Samarth Srivastav and Shivarur remain with me on this broadcast. And Samarth, the way this was described to us both by Mr. Nripendra Mishra and by Champat Rai and other members, it actually looks as beautiful, if not more, Samarth.
Well, exactly, Gaurav. That idol looks magnificent as told by Nripendra Mishra. And though this is something which is being made by the Krishna Shila, the black object, so you can clearly see that 51 feet long, this particular idol clearly symbolizes the Lord Ram. And you saw that what was the competition. There were three idols. There were three idols, of which one was selected, and after which Yogi Raj's idol was selected. We saw it to be loaded inside the truck, and later on, with the help of crane, it was sent inside the temple premises, and later on it went inside. And today we saw that that particular idol was shifted to the garbha after proper rituals, after Tirth Pujan, after Jal Pujan of that particular idol. And we saw many pictures of inside that particular Ram temple. That looks magnificent. So that is the story of Ram temple. And we also spoke to many saints around when that idol was taken from the trust office to that particular temple premises. So the saints of Ayodhya were quite emotional. They have waited for this day for decades. And we also saw posters where it is written in Hindi ki hum aaj bhi yahi hain, we are still present here. That clearly signifies that particular emotional connect, because those were the saints who played a crucial role in Ram Janmabhoomi's struggle. So the pictures of those saints are being pasted around the lanes of Ayodhya. We covered that story as well and showed that how the temple trust wants this emotional connect, because they were the heroes of this particular Ram Janmabhoomi trust.
Samar,
and the way they struggled
it's
out.
Not just the temple trust. Yes. It's not just the temple trust. This is an emotional connect that Bharatvasis feel with Lord Ram. Many thought that, centuries of foreign invasions, centuries of foreign rule, and that India would be cut off from our civilizational roots. That's clearly not happening. As we can see, whether it's our grandparents' generation, whether it's our parents' generation, whether it's this generation, or as you see in Ayodhya today, whether it's the next generation, they are all here in Ayodhya. They're all here reconnecting with Ram, reconnecting with our civilizational roots. It's there for all to see. This cannot be denied. This cannot be faked. This cannot be orchestrated. I want to bring in Aishwarya Paliwal, who joins us on our special broadcast as India Today viewers for the first time see that magnificent vigraha or magnificent idol of Lord Ram inside the garbha. Aishwarya, this is an emotion that Bharatvasis feel from Ladakh to Lakshadweep, from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat. Our Lord Ram in his birthplace, finally.
Well, Gaurav, it is a wait of 500 years which has finally come to an end. And let me tell you, there'll be tears of joys across the country, like you mentioned, from north to south, east to west, because this is something that Indians have been waiting for. And finally, the sculpture, which was made by Arun Yogi Raj, has been placed inside the garbha. At about 12:20 is when, the entire ceremony will take place. So that is the moment that India, in fact, has been waiting for. And now it will be an emotional connect. It's not just that, Gaurav. Let's not just talk about the emotions. Let's also talk about the vikas that is now taking place around a city like Ayodhya. Now, you have been here many times. I've been here many times, and we all remember that the only thing that Ayodhya was known for is for the idol being in a teen shed, and all that we know are the dusty bylanes. But now we are here in Ayodhya, the kind of swanky town that it has become. You talk about the airport, you talk about the railway station. We are seeing rapid development taking place, and that's that's exactly what Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well as the government of India over the past 9 years have been steadfastly working towards, making sure that we do become developed nation very soon. The Prime Minister has given out a roadmap. By 2047, India will no longer be a developing country; it will be a developed country. So, in all those things, if we see that all these things together, then we understand what a big emotional moment this definitely is. And the first glimpse, of course, Gaurav, everyone has seen, we are seeing that idol now being placed inside the garbha. We can only imagine the kind of grand ceremony that will now take place on the 22nd of January. Gaurav.